Alright, today I want to talk about police and police brutality in America. And I know I'm a little bit late to the whole entire discussions, but I want to voice in my opinions anyway. But to start off, I want to say that police brutality is a no-brainer issue. No one supports it, from the people of all colors, all nations, all cultures, to the police themselves. We all strive to remove the positions of those who are undeserving of this ultimate power. Regardless, this has been a big problem that has sustained for a long period of time, and it causes people to tribute to the fact that the police system in America is fully corrupted and systematically racist. And honestly, I don't blame them, especially after seeing so many disgusting and disturbing police actions caught on cameras. And it is very clear that many of them are impatient, emotional, abusive, and should never be in the positions of a policeman in the first place. However, it is far from the truth. I don't necessarily think that it is wise to extrapolate what you have seen from the media and then to generalize in a way that you put it as all cops are bad, or all cops are corrupted, or all cops are racist, and then to come to the conclusions that we don't need cops and that we should remove cop as a whole. I think that is very short-sighted. But okay, so police brutality is bad, and there are bad cops out there that we should punish and get rid of. So the solutions to solve this problem seems to be pretty clear. And what is being suggested here by the people is that we should defund the police. And unless you have been living in mountains or in a cave, because we don't have mountains here in Denmark, then you probably have seen a huge sign in front of the White House in Washington, D.C. that say, Black Lives Matter equals defund the police. And so the questions here is that, should we defund the police? The short answer is no. The long answer is, well, it depends on what you mean by defund. However, before we get into the details, I really want you to think, hence the whole purpose of this channel, and be objective on this very aspect. What is the point of a police system? Why does it exist, and why do we have it in the first place? The simple answer is that it is the solutions for a safer and more secured community. The law enforcement system implements law and orders to provide protections to their citizens so that the people don't have to live in fears of criminalities, robberies, murders, etc. And therefore enable a community to thrive both socially and economically. And if you have watched the movie The Purge, you would have an understanding of a lawless society that has terrible consequences, and it is not a pretty scene. So let's be honest here, we need cops. Abolishing and removing police out entirely of the systems is the perfect recipe to a complete disaster and chaos, because it will not reduce the criminalities in these high crime areas, but also increase it, which will harm and cause the people, especially within minorities community, to pay the highest price. This means that a lot of people will die, including black people, Mexicans, Latinos, Native Americans, Asians, and this is exactly not what we want. Alright, but defunding, now that is a tricky word. People are saying this actually means that we should reallocate and redistribute the resources from the police department to other areas. But I would actually argue the opposite, that we should fund the police more and fund them better and more effectively, because funding in these areas such as job searchings, educations, mental institutions, which I'm all for, just don't necessarily and directly solve the problem of high criminalities at the moment in different parts of America. And this will sound outrageous to some of you, but I need you to be unblind and be open to another perspective, which is something I know people are generally terrible at. But remember, I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear.